I also write summaries, and that's really beneficial as well. And you can keep them and you can display them in a folder, and it's just a lot easier. Like, let me find a good example. Biology one. Here I've got biology, and I've got this topic. It's all about the human body, and I've got cell, and then the definition, and then I've drawn the types of cells here, and then I've drawn pictures. And for me that really helps a lot, because I don't know why, it just does, and I'm sure it would help a lot of people. Right. And that's really all that I do when I study, is I do either summaries, flashcards, or use www.quizlet.com. Or I do all of them, but it depends how much time I have. Now, I said about reading, and I bought like loads of little children's books when I came here, because I still struggle with reading stories and stuff in Spanish. So and these are written really simple, really easy to read. I think they're second hand, because I got them from a little car boot sale, but you know, you can probably get them anywhere. You can probably get them from a bookstore or anywhere. And also I got First Spanish Words when I didn't know anything, and that just has cute little pictures and the sides what they are, and that's really cute. Also, I've got this. What is this? Cinderella. And everybody knows like fairy tale stories, and so I bought this, and then it's got the story in and pictures, so it's really easy to understand. What is this? Lengua Castellana. This is first year, a little booklet for first year for primary school. Look, and it makes you fill in and draw stuff, although I never actually used it, I don't think. Oh no, I did here. My handwriting's terrible. Yeah, so that's what I do, I did. And also when I was learning language, I kept a little book, and I wrote all the words I was learning. I got little worksheets. I translated songs and stuff that I liked. Like here. Yeah, and this was when I was learning off the internet. I did have a Spanish teacher for a little amount of time, but I didn't really have her for that long. And I've loads of numbers, just random stuff, parts of the body, jobs, transport, animals, just loads of stuff. Try and learn basic verbs, just ones that you are actually going to use, because there are verbs that you just don't need to learn. I mean, you know, they're just not useful, but try and learn the stuff that you know you're going to use, like I go, or I saw, I don't know, there's loads. I do. Just checking it's still recording because my camera's so stupid. And just do stuff like that you know you're going to use, and you know, that are important. And remember, never chuck these kind of books out, because you never know if you're going to move back to your own country or to another country. You might forget stuff because you're not going to be speaking them. And, right, in my Spanish class we have to do literature, Spanish, popular classics that are in Spanish, and this was one of them, Cantar de mi Cid. And this is, I'm sure if you're Spanish you know about this book. It's written in the Middle Ages, and like here it's written, this page, always the left page, it's written in Old Spanish, and then this side it's written in the Spanish we speak now. And to be honest, I didn't even read it. We had to read it, but I just got a summary off the internet because it's too much for me to read, really. But anyway, if you do that, you have to try and learn how to read a lot. I found that still really difficult. Right, what else can I suggest? There's bound to be websites on the internet that help you. I remember going on one, but I can't remember what the name of it was. But anyway, you'll find something on the internet, and I know there's apps and stuff that help. Also, there's make sure you buy a dictionary. Obviously, yeah, a dictionary from the language you're learning and the language you speak. Obviously, that's obvious, but also a dictionary of that language, just that language, so you can search words that don't necessarily have an English translation or whatever language you speak, because that's really beneficial for me, because there are words in Spanish what don't have an English translation. I don't know why, but there are, but I can read the definition and I still understand what it means. And also thesaurus is good, because if you just read that occasionally, you can expand your knowledge, and for me that really helps as well. Also, you need confidence. You need to get out there and speak it and not care what people think. If people are like, you're speaking bad, you just say to them, look, I'm not from this country, I'm learning this language, and to be honest, they don't really care anyway. Unless they're stupid, immature people, then they're just jealous, because they obviously can't speak more than one language, but you've had this chance to speak more than one language, so, take that opportunity. At first, when I moved here, I was really shy, really scared, but after a while, I just thought, I have to learn it, so who cares what people think? And at first, I used to only hang around with English-speaking people, whether they're English, or my friend Marta, she's Polish, but she speaks fluent English. But that is really bad. If you don't do that, if you move to a foreign country, speak constantly and be friends with the people from that country. Don't go and speak with people who speak your language, because it's not going to do you any favours. Try and make loads of friends. Even try and get a boyfriend or girlfriend. I have a boyfriend, and it helps. And if they're really your friend, if they're really your boyfriend or whatever, they don't care whether you make mistakes, because if they're your friend, then they know you're still learning, and they appreciate your making the effort to speak their language. And to be honest, it definitely with English, if they're your friend, they'll constantly come and ask you for help with English, ask you to translate a song or something. That's what people ask me to do, and that means they appreciate that you speak another language, and they don't know what that is in their own language. So that's just what I do, and I know it is the best thing you can do. And even in your free time in the holidays, I know when it's the holidays, my first year I came here, I was really lazy and I didn't really go out much, but go out swimming with your friends, go skate and do whatever the hell you want, because you need to get friends, and friends aren't just friends when you're at school, they're friends out of school as well. And do homework together, go to the library together, even if they can't come to see you, or you can't meet up with them at that particular time, you could do it through Skype. There's loads of things you can do if you want to do homework and stuff. That's what I do, and I think it helps to do it with somebody as well, just to make sure you're doing it right and stuff like that. They're just really all I can really think of for tips, and I don't really know about other things. There's one more other thing. It depends on where. I don't know. Well, I know it applies to most countries. For example, England. say you live in London, and they say like the Queen, how the Queen speaks. She speaks very formal, you know what I mean, very posh, you know. And say you went to Scotland or Newcastle, and they all have their own little slang words, what they use, and you may not understand anything if you're from a different part of England or different part of the UK or America or anywhere. They've all got little slang words or little phrases they use. So with that, the Canarian Spanish is a little bit different to how they speak in mainland Spain. For example, in mainland Spain, they call bus autobús, but here they call it guagua, which is completely different. And there's a lot of little words like that. Like in mainland Spain, they call car automóvil, and here they call it coche. I don't know if they call it coche in mainland Spain as well, but I know there's a lot of little words like that where they speak different here. Some words they speak different here to what they do in mainland Spain. And same with, there's a type of verb you say, which is vosotros, which is, you can use it as you in, like say you're talking to a group of people and you say you want to say it like you in plural, so vosotros, like vosotros escucháis. There's always ice on the end of each verb, but here in Canaries they don't use that. They say escuchen, as in they, how you change the verb for they, and you in formal, you in plural. And so they will say escuchen, miren. They don't say escucháis or whatever. So that would be what I would try and work out. So if you're with friends that are from around here, they're going to speak some slang, and they're going to speak the way they speak in the country you're in, because I'm sure Mexico and loads of other places are going to have a different type of Spanish to the mainland Spanish. So that would be what I would say. There's going to be different accents, different slants, but it's still the same language, but they're going to be different, a few different words and stuff like that. That would be what I would recommend, is to try and understand them and learn them, and see if there's words on the internet that will say is from that country you're in or whatever. That would be what I would recommend. Also, I would listen to Spanish music, or whatever language you're obviously learning. I'm to keep saying Spanish, but I would listen to the music. Here the music is pretty rubbish, no offence to Spanish people, but like you get Canary music, which is like folk music, like and then there's like dancey music, which I hate, because I really like rock music and heavy metal and stuff like that, and I hate like dancey music. It's always about boys, girls, sex, drugs, you know, it's always the same to me, and it's always the same beat, and I hate it. But that is the music they really have here, from what I know, and that's the most of the music that young, like teenagers and stuff, listen to here. I would just listen to it just for the whole language thing, but you know, you don't have to. That would be just what I would recommend. And maybe, like, you know, in like say music like ABBA, it's their classical, not classical as in the genre classical, but they're like classical songs and groups that everyone knows, and I would like search on the internet, stuff like that, because it's going to be what the music is based around. I don't know, I'm not really making much sense, but that's just what I do, okay? So that's all I really can think of. So I hope I've helped, and I hope that I've said everything I wanted to say, and that's it. Bye.